monster. Jam, jam, jam. When I say monster, you say damn, monster, monster. Yeah, when I say monster, you say damn, monster, monster. That's right, we got the green light. It's a party in the camp tonight. Let's go, this is how we roll. On tires that are larger than life. Doesn't matter where you're from, it's running through your blood. Time to get loud, everybody buckle up. You waited, now you made it to the greatest show on earth. It's the monster.
Little Rock, this is Monster Jam.
Little Rock, it is now time for the very first competition of the event, JCB Racing. We've got 8 Monster Jam superstars seated into a bracket based on a random draw. In this first round, whoever can get around the track the fastest will advance to the semifinals and be that much closer to the racing win. So I've got one question to kick this event off. Little Rock, who's ready for JCB Racing?
In the left lane, make some noise for Logan Ashline in Sparkle Smash. Taking on her opponent in the right lane, Cody Saucier in Dragon. Matchup number 1 here, JCB Racing round 1. Logan Ashline, Sparkle Smash takes on the man to beat in this competition, JCB Racing, Cody Saucier in Dragon, with major success this season. Who will it be? Your winner is Cody Saucier in Dragon. There you have it, the first driver to advance on to the semifinals. Cody Saucier in Dragon secures his spot. In the left lane, put your hands together for Montana Robbins in Plain Crazy. Taking on his competitor in the right lane, John Zimmer in Megalodon. Here you have it, John Zimmer Megalodon in his 21st season and Montana Robbins in his 2nd. Only at Monster Jam are these levels of competitors battling it out. Let's go green! Your winner, Montana Robbins in Plain Crazy. A little bit of unfamiliar behavior there we see from John Zimmer and Megalodon. Getting word from our Monster Jam officials that could have been an electrical issue. Our pit reporter, Carlos Sparks, will be on the case. He's going to let us know the full story with Megalodon and what it might mean for him in the rest of the season. Third matchup pulls to the line. Make some noise in the left lane. MJ Celorio in El Toro Loco. Taking on his opponent in the right lane, Trayton Robbins in Crazy Train. It may be Bull versus Train out on the course, but Trayton Robbins has proved himself to be a dark horse here, not only just in the JCB Racing competition, but in the entire series. Who will advance on? Your winner, Trayton Robbins in Crazy Train. You see that one corner there, that second turn to the left lane, providing a little bit of trouble and difficulty so far to two of our competitors, but only one spot remains in the semifinals, and it belongs to one of these two drivers. In the left lane, get loud for John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. Taking on his opponent in the right lane, Kristen Anderson in Grave Digger. John Zimmer Jr. currently leading the series. Yesterday took the JCB Racing win up against Kristen Anderson in Grave Digger. Today, will he advance on? Let's go! Your winner, John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity.
Monster Jam fans, we started with 8 and now we're down to the fastest final 4. The winners of this round will move on to the finals and be that much closer to the first 8 points of the event and the racing win. So one more time, let me hear you. Who's ready for more JCB Racing?
Here we have it, the first match of the semifinals, where we get to see Cody Saucier in Dragon, the man to beat in this competition with a racing record of 32-8. Take on Montana Robinson playing crazy, one of the youngest drivers in the game, coming off a freestyle win last weekend. Who will advance on? Dragon. Cody Saucier in Dragon, the first to advance on to the finals, but only one spot remains in that final round. And it belongs to one of these two drivers on the track. John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity takes on Trayton Robbins in Crazy Train. Who will go head to head and take on Cody Saucier in Dragon? Two fiercely fast competitors. We see John Zimmer Jr. taking the win yesterday, but Trayton Robbins made it to the finals, a rematch of finals yesterday. Well, you can see trouble on the track for our two competitors. Looked like some potential starting issues for terminal velocity on the line, not able to leave that, waiting from our Monster Jam officials to get the official word on what happened there. But if you keep your eyes on those Monster Jam Racing lights, they're going to tell us lots of information. That is exactly how we communicate with the drivers behind the wheel. Now, we know those purple lights flashed just seconds ago do mean we're going to restage the race. Anytime we see those purple lights flash, that does call for a restage. You can see terminal velocity pulling to that line, and it's our job here in Monster Jam to make sure each and every single one of these races is conducted fairly at all times. So that's why we're going to rely on those Monster Jam lights, on the official Monster Jam timing system, as well as our Monster Jam officials, to make sure that those races are as fair as possible. A nail-biting moment, a heart-stopping moment. You can imagine being the competitors, being John Zimmer Jr., Triton Robbins. You're ready to go. You're dialed in. You got to recalibrate, refocus, and dial it down. You keep your eyes on those Monster Jam Racing lights as we wait for that final green to be illuminated. The final race to determine which two drivers will face off in the JCB Racing Finals. We're almost your winner, Triton Robbins in Crazy Train. A tough go for John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity as he seems to be experiencing some starter issues. Rough day for Team Zimmer as they battle it out here, dealing with some potential electrical issues. But we will get the story, the scoop on exactly what's going on with that Monster Jam truck from our pit reporter, Carlos Sparks. You can check our Monster Jam officials going out to the truck to check on John Zimmer Jr. They know that he is going to have a good diagnosis on this truck. John Zimmer Jr. being one of the drivers that is thrashing, that is fixing his Monster Jam truck himself when he heads to the back. We're going to have our officials check in with him, kind of give that diagnostic criteria. But Little Rock, the trouble with any electrical issues happening in these Monster Jam trucks, you can imagine all of the electrical components that take to make one of these Monster Jam starts. Kind of like finding a nerve in our bodies. Just one little nerve can mess up that whole entire truck. That's exactly kind of what we're looking at here. But like I said, we're going to get that full story on exactly what this means for terminal velocity, as well as Megalodon, from our pit reporter, Carlos Sparks.
That's right, Kean. I'm already in the back. I'm ready to go. I'm trying to keep an eye on what the pulse is back here. Tough break for terminal velocity. We saw kind of this happen yesterday where he was going in what he thought was a routine freestyle run. He had the wind locked up, and then a rollover happened. Now, one of the strongest racer competitors, it's really strange to see him go out this early in the competition. He's actually one of the racers that has the best record against Cody Saucier, who seems to be able to dominate this first part of the competition. But as you know, the other driver with the best record against Cody Saucier is Triton Robbins. So regardless, we're going to get an awesome matchup here in the racing finals. Monster Jam fans, this is it. So much drama already going down in the racing competition, but we have reached the last and final round. The winner of this competition will walk away with the first 8 points of the event and the racing win, along with the top spot on our leaderboard. So one last time, Little Rock, who's ready to meet your JCB Racing Finals contenders?
In the left lane, make some noise with a racing record of 14-17. It's Tryon Robbins in a Crazy Train. Taking on the man to beat in this competition with a racing record of 32-8, Cody Saucier in Dragon. You heard it said perfectly by my co-host Carlos. This is it. This is the moment where it all counts. We're at the mercy of these Monster Jam trucks, and this could be the moment for one of these drivers to rise to the top. Let's go racing! Your winner is Tryon Robbins in a Crazy Train. Little Rock, he's defeated the man to beat. One of the first racing wins of the season for Tryon Robbins in a Crazy Train. He's out on the track, not only claiming the first 8 points of the event, but took out the man to beat, the one everyone wants to take out. Your first competition winner, make some noise for Tryon Robbins in a Crazy Train.
We're actually gonna face right over here. Tryon, we're gonna walk over here actually. We wanna give you some shine. Can't make sure you're seen by all the people. This is competition win number 30 for you. Such a young career here at Monster Jam, and already you're hitting these types of milestones. Not only that, but you took out the strongest racer of the series. How are you feeling right now?
I feel great. The truck feels great. The strongest racer is an understatement. This is my first head-to-head racing win of the season, and that's been very tough for me this year. I had fans walking through pit party going, man, I remember when you won racing last year, and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, me too. So you know what? Little Rock was the dirt to do it on and the place to be. You fans are getting crazy, and we're just getting started.
We saw several. I'm gonna let you get your moment. We saw several of the competitors over here on this corner of doom almost roll over, get on the side tires, get unsettled. How did you manage to navigate this tough track?
Well, I figured I had to be fast in the turns, but I had to kind of dance through them and make sure I didn't get landed in that rut. I seen Cody two-wheeling on the last turn, and I knew I had him as soon as I put my foot to the floor and took this train straight across the finish line.
And we're gonna keep it going one more time, Little Rock, Tryon Robbins, Crazy Train.
One attempt down by Logan Ashline. Right here, the two-wheel skills challenge. A great attempt for attempt number 1. Let's see what she's got up her sleeve for attempt number 2.
Monster Jam fans, make some noise. Logan Ashline in Sparkle Smash. Putting it all out on the line for you guys here in Little Rock. Make sure to scan that QR code. Go to judgeszone.com and score now.
You know, Carlos, we see it happen all event long. Our drivers, they're out there willing to take the risk. They're out there willing to teeter on the edge of destruction, and you see Logan Ashline do just that. But we saw 2 really great attempts there. We saw a great run to kick off the competition, and you all being the first official judges, this is your time. So we got the results in. Let's check out the first score from Little Rock. It's a 7.661. That right now, of course, is the score to beat.
Monster Jam fans, we've got Bryson over here, and he's gonna play Name That Truck. So if you can figure out which truck is on the screen before the time is up, you're gonna walk away with a prize. So all right, here we go. Put the truck on the screen. Little Rock, if you know the answer, just go ahead and shout it out. Oh, you know what it is? All right, say it over the mic.
El Toro.
Let's find out. Oh, yeah, it's El Toro Loco. Hey, you know what? For doing such a good job, Bryson, you're going to walk away with tickets to take you and your entire family to Disney on Ice. Coming over here on March 19th, you're going to be back in this arena watching another awesome show. This is for you. You got a bunch of them right there. All right, guys, make some noise for Bryson.
Let's put those Toro horns in the air for our next competitor. It's MJ Celorio in El Toro Loco. The track is clear. He's ready, dialed in. What has MJ got in store for us here? Feels out the track. Looking for which part of that ramp is going to call his name. Remember, second in the series. Points matter now more than ever for MJ Celorio. Let's see what he's got. That's right, Little Rock. Just one attempt down for MJ Celorio. He's proving he's got confidence, he's got control, and he's got that truck dialed in. One attempt remains here for MJ Celorio in the two-wheel skills competition. The steering wheel's out the window. MJ Celorio, he says, I don't need that steering wheel at all.
Look, Ma, no hands. MJ Celorio, El Toro Loco. Scoring is open.
We look for that wow factor, we look for that flair, and MJ Celorio delivers time and time again. I guess you'll need that later, MJ. You might need it in a little bit. Who knows? With you, we really don't know. Little Rock, you, though, know the scores. We've got him locked in. He's up against that score to beat right now, held by Logan Ashline and Sparkle Smash. She's got a score of a 7.661. The score for MJ Celorio in El Toro Loco is... That's right, an 8.753. That means we have a new leader. Next to the track, she took the win in freestyle last night. Kristen Anderson in Gravedigger. A rivalry as old as time. Gravedigger Kristen Anderson sets her sights on those 8 points and is determined to walk away from this competition with a win. Technical precision on the approach. Into a combo. An incredible, confident first attempt by Kristen Anderson and Gravedigger, making sure nobody leaves hungry for action here, serving up combos for attempt number 1. Let's see what she's got in store for attempt number 2.
Make some noise, it's Kristen Anderson in Gravedigger. 20 seconds are on the clock. Scan the QR code and score now.
Keep up that energy, Little Rock. Kristen Anderson here putting in 2 great attempts. That second move, that Monster Jam bicycle, one of the hardest moves there is to pull off, and she sends it. It's smart driving, keeping that as your second attempt there. We saw some really great, really hard hits there from the maneuvers submitted in that run. She knows it's got to be something big. So we've got your results. The scores are locked in. Let's check it out for Kristen Anderson in Gravedigger here in the 2-wheel skills competition. It's a solid score, Little Rock. That's right, an 8.460. Good enough right now for second place.
I've got all the help from section 126 on this one. Coming up next, we've got Triton Robbins in Crazy Train!
Triton Robbins and Crazy Train coming off of that high of the win from the JCB Racing competition. We'll see if he can ride that momentum right into the 2-wheel skills challenge. This young man's off the rails and kind of been known to pull off some crazy combos. We'll see what he's got in store for us here today. So clean with that attempt. I mean, the control, there's no margin for error for him. And he wants that win again. No hesitation, dialed in. Let's see what he's got for attempt number 2.
Triton Robbins in Crazy Train. You know what to do. Scan that QR code. Lock in your scores at judgeszone.com.
Triton Robbins in Crazy Train, always hitting the track with that dialed-in discipline. We can count on him time and time again. And 2 great, really successful maneuvers in this competition. He says, hey, I know that there are some crazy train conductors in the stands. He's counting on you for those scores right here, right now. We've got the results. Let's take a look. What does it mean for Triton Robbins and Crazy Train? It's a 7.920. That score is good enough for third place. Well, we're halfway through the pack here in the two-wheel skills challenge, and as we get closer to seeing who's winning that competition, we're also getting closer in our St. Jude leaderboard. Let's take a look at the battle for St. Jude Ambassador of the event, and we've got kind of a battle of the brothers here between Triton Robbins and Montana Robbins. Plain Crazy and Crazy Train battle it out, and right now, the most exciting part, Little Rock, is that your $1 donated to maybe Triton Robbins. That's going to put him ahead. And if you brought your siblings, your family here, you know how that family rivalry is. Help us have a little fun while raising money to fight the fight against childhood cancer. But you see it right here. These two drivers are the only ones in the game. Right now, they're the only ones with the possibility of walking away with that title. But your $1 could tip the scale completely. I don't know, Little Rock, maybe you want to bring a whole new driver into the game. Your $1 could do it. Scan that QR code. Let's see who will walk away the St. Jude Ambassador of today's event. Next up, he's bringing the heat. It's Cody Saucier in Dragon. Coming in on fire and with style, Cody Saucier saying hi to all of Little Rock here in Simmons Bank Arena. If there's one thing you can count on for Cody Saucier, it is for that guy to be fast. A technologically advanced driver like Cody Saucier and Dragon, he's bringing excitement to the track that just comes from being that connected, that dialed in to that Monster Jam truck. The years of wrenching underneath those trucks before being behind the seat might just give him that edge. But either way, Monster Jam's the only place you're going to get to see some Cody Saucier Dragon action here in the Two-Wheel Skills Challenge. Let's see what he's got for attempt number 1. He's waving to you, Little Rock. A slap wheelie combo by Cody Saucier and Dragon. Something new. We haven't seen that done just yet here in this competition. And it's Cody Saucier, so that is clean, effective, and efficient. Let's see what he's got for attempt number 2. Monster Jam fans, we see Cody Saucier in Dragon. That slowdown there is not intentional. Could be maybe an electrical issue. We see him starting to restart there as we wait from word from our Monster Jam officials. But another heart-stopping moment here for the competitor. Locked in, strapped in, dialed in. Cody Saucier might have to rely on that one maneuver, that one attempt in the competition to carry his scores. He looks good to go, Little Rock. Let's hope that he's able to push through into that second attempt, but things look dark for Team Dragon. I've got word, scoring is open. Monster Jam fans, there you have it. That scoring is open at judgeszone.com. Remember, Cody Saucier, though, delivers one mean, gnarly attempt. You being the official judges, you've got the power. Submit those scores. How well can that first attempt carry him through the competition? We're going to see right here, right now. Your scores alone will determine that for Cody Saucier and Dragon. But you see, stepping outside of that truck, even now, he's working to diagnose that truck and figure out what's going on. We'll get the story from our pit reporter. But we've got the scores locked in for one attempt. Hey, it is not a bad score. It's a 6.637 for Cody Saucier in Dragon. You see it happening in real time, Little Rock, but this is a true testament to how hard these drivers are pushing these 12,000-pound Monster Jam trucks with 1,500 horsepower. There's tons of grit there, but we still push it to the limit here at Monster Jam, and Cody Saucier in Dragon is no exception. Lucky for him, we've got the best of the best. Our UNOH technicians will be on working on that truck the second those BKT tires touch down in the back. Again, we'll get the scoop from our pit reporter, Carlos Sparks. Little Rock, please fasten your seatbelts because this plane ride will definitely have some turbulence. Let's hear it for Montana Robbins in Plane Crazy. Montana Robbins in Plane Crazy at just 19 years old enters into the competition as second-generation driver with advanced technical knowledge of that Monster Jam truck. And we've seen it before where that technical knowledge might just give you the leg up you need to take the win here in the two-wheel skills competition. Feeling out that track, you can see that surgical precision in the approach here. Smooth and easy, Montana Robbins sets that truck down. He's making it look very easy out on that track. Tons of crazy planes in the stands here. He's feeding off that energy. Let's see what he's got for tip number 2. Feels out the track, approaching that log stack square on. His steering wheel's out the window. He doesn't need steering.
Flying a plane with no hands, Montana Robbins, Plane Crazy. 20 seconds are on the clock. Lock in your scores.
You know, I think Monster Jam is the only place in the entire universe where the pilot of the plane rips off the steering wheel and we erupt with excitement. Montana Robbins and Plane Crazy out here proving it does not matter that he is the youngest guy in the game. He deserves to be on top of that pod with the rest of them, but he might need that for later. We'll see if he does. He is depending on that score from you, Little Rock. We've got your results locked in. Check it out, a solid score, an 8.442 right now. Good enough for third place. With that, you can see only 2 competitors remain in the two-wheel skills competition. The closest we've been so far to finding out who will walk away with those 8 points. We saw him deal with electrical issues. He's back, he's competition ready. John Zimmer in Megalodon. There you go, attempt number 1 for John Zimmer in Megalodon, powering through, looking for those sharks in the stands. Potentially fighting some electrical gremlins. The turnaround time is fast here in the competition, from racing to two-wheel skills. And this pause in the run, it makes me think that that truck may not be able to complete that second attempt. Unfamiliar behavior from John Zimmer in Megalodon, entering in his 21st season. You can see he's able to start that truck back up. Now, before we get our hopes too high, we're gonna see, will he be able to make one more attempt?
The Shark sets it down on all 4 tires. It's John Zimmer, Megalodon. Less than 20 seconds left to lock in your scores.
Not the easiest run we've seen from John Zimmer in Megalodon, but you see the fight there. You see that's a seasoned driver. He, is able to maintain the power of the truck, able to restart it when possible, diagnose what could be wrong, and make a maneuver that not only is going to get him some points here, but also keep that truck safe for the back end of Freestyle. We've got your scores just seconds away from being locked in. And we've got the official score. Let's check it out for John Zimmer in Megalodon. It's a 7.949. Little Rock, that means your winner of the two-wheel skills competition is MJ Celorio, El Toro Loco. MJ Celorio in El Toro Loco secures the next 8 points of the event and climbs to the top of the leaderboard. Your scores helped him get the win, Little Rock. Let's hear it for MJ Celorio, El Toro Loco. Two-wheel win number 10 of the season for MJ Celorio.
MJ, I know you were so frustrated about what happened yesterday. And man, you were driving a little angry, but you came through, you walked away with another win. How does it feel? You feel like you're making a comeback this weekend?
Man, it always feels good when you can make that comeback. I said it earlier during pit party, last night's event didn't go my way. Rolled over during skills, made 2 hits in freestyle and rolled over then. I wasn't happy about it at all. I had no idea I even won this thing. I was out back helping Crazy Train figure out his rear steer. It was stuck one way, so I was back there doing that, and they're yelling at me in the back to run in here, so I'm a little out of the breath. But hey, you know what? This is my first time out here, and I tell you what, you guys have been the rowdiest crowd that I have ever heard. You guys are blowing the roof off of this place, and it's not only for me, it's for each and every one of these competitors. They can feel the love, we can feel it, and it's because of you guys that we come out here and drive as hard as we do. If you guys thought that was cool, just hold on to Freestyle, baby. A toda mi gente dije que lo íbamos a darle y a darle con todo, y así lo vamos a dejar. Arkansas, thank y'all for coming out. Buckle up, we got Freestyle next, and I'm ready to have some fun. Are y'all ready to have some fun or what?
Hello, Kenny Bartram and Derek Beckering.
Monster Jam fans, so this is going to be one of the most high-flying portions of our event. Our Monster Jam freestyle motocross superstars are going to go around the track. They're going to do a warm-up for a little bit, get a feel for the track, for the landing strip, or for the takeoff strip. And then after that, they're going to start their warm-up tricks. Flying through the air, showing you a preview of what they're going to do before the best trick competition, where you, the fans, will decide our winner using judgeszone.com. All right, looks like they're lining up. Up first, Kay Kenkel. Round in the corner inside the tunnel. Make some noise for Alex Damlow. In third, we've got Cowboy Kenny. Last but not least, Derek Beckering. Here we go for warm-up, round number 2. Each rider is going to get 2 more jumps. One-handed seat grab. Alex Amlo, what you got? Full extension on the cliffhanger. Cowboy Kenny laying it all the way back on the lazy boy. Look at that double knack variation from Derek Beckering. Massive win, Kate Kickle. I don't know if Section 120 caught that. Waving you in midair. Big old whip. Cowboy Kenny. I don't even gotta name that one. You already know what to do. Monster Jam fans, that was the warm-up round, and we're gonna move on to the best trick competition. Here's the way it's gonna work. Each one of our riders will get one official attempt to fly across this arena and be scored by you with their best trick. So get on your phones, go to judgeszone.com, and get ready to crown our winner. Riders, are you guys warmed up? Are you guys ready to go? Let it rock. You guys warmed up and ready to go? Then make some noise for the best trick competition.
Up first, make some noise for Kane Kenkel. Kane Kenkel's from Council Bluffs, Iowa, and he is bringing that Midwest sprint to the FMX team. He has been riding freestyle since 2023, but with over 10 years of moto experience. Make some noise for Kane Kenkel.
Monster Jam fans, one more time, Kane Kenkel. Always a tough job to go first, but somebody's got to do it. Get on your phones, go to judgeszone.com.
You know, I always say that job of going first is the toughest job, but as the judges, you guys also have a tough job. And just like that, we've got your scores officially locked. Let's check it out. The score for Kane Kenkel is, all right, a 6.738. That is going to be the score to beat. Coming up next, make some noise for Alex Damlow. Alex Damlow is from Hutchinson, Minnesota, and he is a member of the ATV Big Air Tour crew. It's his 4th year on a Monster Jam series, throwing down in the best trick competition, and today he's thrown down his best trick on his Honda CRF 450R. Little Rock one more time, Alex Damlow.
Absolute textbook backflip from Alex Damlow. Little Rock, scoring is open.
Alex Damlow turns up the heat in the best trick competition, looking to take out his good friend and competitor, Kane Kenkel, but it's going to be up to your scores. Can he do it? Let's check it out. He's up against the score to beat held by Kane Kenkel, which is a 6.738. The score for Alex Damlow is... What a jump! Check it out, a 9.076. That's going to be the new score to beat. Next up, it's time to get loud for Kenny Bartram. Kenny Bartram is from Stillwater, Oklahoma, and they call him Cowboy Kenny. He's a 10-time X Games medalist, a 10-time Gravity Games medalist, and today he's throwing down his best trick on his KTM 450. Little Rock one more time, Kenny Bartram.
Well, that one looks familiar. Kenny Bartram with another backflip. But it took his hands off, got a little spice to that. Scoring is open.
Well, in typical fashion, Cowboy Kenny does not come to play. He looks to take the lead and knock out his good friend and competitor, Alex Damlow, but he can't do it without the help of your scores. We've got the score locked in. He's up against that score to beat held by Alex Damlow, which is a 9.076. The score for Kenny Bartram is... Check it out, a 9.091. Little Rock. By the skin of his teeth, we got a new leader. But one rider remains. Make some noise for Derek Beckering. Derek Beckering is from Bakersfield, California, and he has been riding freestyle motocross for 18 years. He's been a part of the Monster Jam family for a total of 3 years, and not once, not twice, but this man has walked away with third place in Monsters Energy Best Whip competition. Today he throws down on his Kawasaki 450.
One more time, Derek Beckering. Does not make it easy for you guys, but you gotta do it, judgeszone.com.
There you have it. The job of being an official judge does not get easier. Derek Beckering looking to take the lead and walk away with that title. Let's check it out. We've got the scores locked in. Up against that score to beat held by Kenny Bartram. It's a score of a 9.091. The score for Derek Beckering is... That's right, a 9.631. Little Rock. That means the winner of the best trick competition is Derek Beckering.
Congratulations to Derek. We're going to talk to him in a little bit. But I think we got energy for one more thing. These guys are going to show you the grand finale. They're going to line up back to back to back to back and fly across this pod. All right, they're lining up, they're finding their spacing, they're on the takeoff ramp. Make some noise. That was pretty good, Little Rock. You were kind of loud. We're gonna run it back. We're gonna do it one more time. Upright trick craziness on that one. Hey, Little Rock, you want one more time?
You want him to go one more time. All right, Little Rock, let him fly. Kane Kenkel, Alex Damlo, Cowboy Kenny, and your winner, Derek Beckering. Derek, you take home another win. What is it like when you're trying to decide which trick?
Do you ever have to make an adjustment after watching everybody else go first?
Yeah, I got the best seat in the house because I get to watch all the guys go first, see what they do, and then I just got to step it up from there. So I just watched all them, and then I pulled out a flip knack to warm up the guys. So stoked to take home the win.
Now, what does it take to be able to work up to a move like that? Because obviously we saw other backflips, but you threw in that much more difficulty into yours.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of finesse. I mean, I swung the leg over the bike. It's a little bit more technical than some of the other guys, what they did. So, I mean, sometimes you just got to risk it for the biscuit.
Risking it for the biscuit every day. Little Rock, make some noise. Derek Beckering. Little Rock, this is the pinnacle of the event. This is Monster Jam Freestyle.
The clock is paused at 58 seconds for John Zimmer and Megalodon. You see him hot out the gate, ready to unleash that horsepower, but halted at a stop. Is able to refire, but we'll see if those gremlins come back into the run. Will he be able to fill the clock, or will it be halted here by those electrical issues? He's pushing through. He's fighting through that run. Looking to fill the clock here in Freestyle. They're giving him that chance to refire with 12 seconds remaining on the clock, but we just got word scoring is open.
That's right, Keaton. Scoring is open. You still got an opportunity to go to judgeszone.com. Did meet that threshold to get a score, so go to judgeszone.com and score now.
You know, a tough run when we're not used to seeing with the style of John Zimmer. I mean, 21 years behind the wheel, and that's got to be a tough go. But I do know he'll be the one to fix that truck. He probably knows exactly what he needs to do, was able to repair that truck enough to fight, get out there for freestyle, and be able to get this score. So in just a few minutes, Little Rock, we'll see exactly where the bar is set for John Zimmer in the competition. We've got those scores officially locked in. Let's check it out. The score for John Zimmer in Megalodon here in the freestyle competition. It's a 7.092. A great score, fighting against all of those technical difficulties. That is the score to beat. Next up, she's bringing the sparkle and the speed. Let's hear it for Logan Ashline in Sparkle Smash.
Make some noise. Logan Ashline in Sparkle Smash. Putting it all out on the line. And for all you fans here in Little Rock, score now.
Logan Ashline sets the pace. She says it's time to party and unleashes that 12,000-pound unicorn on the track. One thing you got to remember, too, Logan Ashline, fairly green in her career, so unafraid to push the limits, take the risk, try something, and test the laws of gravity. She's doing it all for your scores, and we've got the scores officially locked in. She's up against that score to beat held by Megalodon. It's a score of a 7.092. Check it out. Let's reveal the scores for Logan Ashline in Sparkle Smash. Check her out, Little Rock, in 8.065. We have a new leader.
Monster Jam fans, it's time for the St. Jude Helmet Shuffle. So we got my buddy Joshua right here. He's going to try to find the trophy at the end of our Helmet Shuffle. Are you ready, Joshua, to play this game?
Yeah.
All right. Take a look at the video screen and find that trophy. All right, so it just landed. Watch the helmets. Little Rock, if you know what the answer is, go ahead and shout it out at the end. All right, they're mixing it around. I hope you didn't get tricked. I think half of Little Rock probably got tripped with that little mix around with that. Okay. 1, 2, or 3. What are we thinking, Little Rock? All right, Joshua, you know what it is? All right, say it over the mic.
1.
His guess is number 1. Let's find out. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah! Joshua, you got it right. That means you're going to walk away with a prize. So you got some pretty cool headphones. Well, check these out. Hold on a second. Oh, yeah, some Monster Jam light-up headphones for you, my friend. One more time, make some noise for Joshua.
Well, we got winners in the stands, but it is now time. We also get to announce our St. Jude ambassador of the event. And I'm happy to say, make some noise. It's Kristen Anderson in Gravedigger walking away with that St. Jude Ambassador title. I know that this win means so much to each and every driver, and we want to thank all of you who had a say. Whether you donated $1 or more, your money right here makes big differences for families undergoing some really hard times and fighting that fight against childhood cancer. You absolutely helped make an impact here today with Monster Jam in St. Jude. Never too late to donate. Scan that QR code right now. The track is clear. That could only mean one thing. Time to get on to the flight. We're about to take off. It's Montana Robbins in Plain Crazy.
Little Rock, we want to thank you for flying Plain Crazy. Scoring is open.
Montana Robbins out on the track. That run looked like he was having tons of fun. What do we see? We saw some donuts. We saw some two-wheel action. We saw a crazy save, some major speed. We saw him fill the freestyle clock. Little Rock, not an easy job you've got right there, but we have your scores officially locked in. He is up against the score to beat right now, held by Logan Ashline in Sparkle Smash. She had a score of an 8.065. The score for Montana Robbins in Plain Crazy is... That's right, Little Rock, an 8.913. We have a new leader. Montana Robbins in Plain Crazy takes to the top of the leaderboard, holding out that first place spot in freestyle with that score of an 8.913. Let's get those Toro horns in the air for MJ Celorio in El Toro Loco. He's headed for the Morgan & Morgan backflip ramp.
What a run for MJ Solorio and Toro Loco. Scoring is open.
Little Rock, what'd you think of that backflip? The Simmons Bank Arena is absolutely electric as MJ Solorio ignites the track here in freestyle. That run, we saw insane air, we saw major speed, two wheels, some saves. But it all comes down to this right here. He's up against the score to beat held by Montana Robinson playing crazy. It's an 8.913. The score for MJ Solorio in El Toro Loco is that says it all, Little Rock, a 9.540. We absolutely have a new leader, and that is your score to beat. But will this next competitor have something to say about it? Little Rock, I think she does. Make some noise for Kristen Anderson in Gravedigger. She could be lining up for the Morgan & Morgan backflip ramp.
Kristen Anderson, Gravedigger. If you like what you saw, judgeszone.com.
Not one, but two Morgan & Morgan backflips here in Monster Jam Freestyle. Kristen Anderson takes to the track and says, anything you can do, I can do it better. Little Rock, what'd you think? She's up against some serious competition, but no stranger to pressure. Let's check it out. The score for Kristen Anderson in Gravedigger here in the freestyle competition. Check it out. It's a solid score, Little Rock. Right now, good enough for second place. It's a 9.032. El Toro Loco remains on top with that score to beat. Major action and tough competition out here in the freestyle competition. El Toro Loco hangs on. Next up, he's off the rails. It's Triton Robbins in Crazy Train.
Monster Jam fans, conductor arms in the air, make some noise, Triton Robbins. Crazy Train. Scoring is open.
Triton Robbins in Crazy Train absolutely tears up the track, and with that overall event trophy potentially in his grasp, he knew he had thrown out something big. We saw that run full of speed. We saw that run full of momentum. He fought through, and he's doing it all to get that top score. And we do have your scores officially locked in. Let's go ahead and take a look at those results. It's a solid score. It's an 8.159. That's the score right now. Good enough for fourth place. He's ready to bring the heat. Make some noise for Cody Saucier in Dragon.
with the sidewall save. Cody Saucier in Dragon. Last opportunity, scoring is open.
Cody Saucier, he is a madman out of the track here in freestyle. I know we all saw those two crazy saves at the end of his run. Just when you think that truck might be going over, Cody Saucier says, hold on, no way. I got control of this 12,000-pound Dragon. And we have the scores officially locked. Let's check it out. The score for Cody Saucier, it's an 8.738. That means your winner of the freestyle competition is MJ Celorio in El Toro Loco. He walks away with that freestyle win, and he also gets to walk away your overall event champion. Little Rock, make some noise. MJ Celorio in El Toro Loco. Those 8 points from freestyle got him that overall event champion win. Came down to the wire, but that epic run, that score of a 9.540 gets MJ Celorio not only another freestyle win, but the chance right here on top of the pod to hold that trophy. Second in the series. I know this win meant a lot. Little Rock, one more time.
You said it already. It feels good. Feels good. Man, I'm losing my voice. Honestly, screaming after that freestyle run. Man, what happened during that freestyle run that made you run so hard for our last event here in Little Rock?
Honestly, you know what? I was using my aggression that I had pent up all night last night. Like I said earlier, last night didn't go my way. But hey, that's what happens when you leave it in the past. We came out here, my crew chief Brian in the back, he told me to come out here and kill that truck. He was in my ear that entire time, just telling me to jump higher, go faster, and then when it came time for that backflip, it twisted on me a little bit, but I thought I had it, put that thing in reverse while I was upside down, stomped on it as soon as it landed, we got a moonwalk out of it. Hey, Arkansas, this is my first time here, baby, and we're coming home with the trophy. Did y'all have fun or what?
And with that win, you're making up the points. I noticed that you've been kind of frustrated with yourself with just the way things were going. Maybe even there was a point where you thought you were out of contention. How does this make you feel knowing that this sport can be so unpredictable and anything can happen any given weekend?
Man, you know what? We might have won the battle, but the war isn't over yet. We've still got a lot to go yet here on Arena Championship Series East. But this is just the cream of the crop right here today. Last event of the weekend, and we're coming home with the trophy. A toda mi gente, te dije antes que soy el único latino aquí este fin de semana. Atrás del volante de Toro Loco. Iremos a darle con todo, y así lo dejamos. Little Rock, y'all could have been anywhere else today, but you chose to be right here at Monster Jam, so I can come out here and live my dream with some of my best friends behind the wheel of these Monster Jam trucks. So thank you guys for spending your hard-earned money. Get home safe, and we'll see you next time.
One more time, MJ Celorio and Toro Loco.
A big congratulations to MJ Celorio, El Toro Loco, who walks away with that overall event win and now is one step closer to the automatic bid to Monster Jam World Finals 25 in Salt Lake City, Utah. We want to thank all of Little Rock, whether you're right here in Simmons Bank Arena or you're a Monster Jam fan tuning into the live stream. We could not have done this event without you. Every time Little Rock does not disappoint. You guys bring the energy, and Monster Jam will keep our promise. We're going to keep bringing the superstars right back to the track. We want to thank you all for coming out. Make sure on your way out you stop at the Monster Jam merchandise stands to pick up the latest Spin Master diecast trucks in a perfect way to remember the day. And also, tickets are on sale now for Monster Jam World Finals. You can book your 4th of July weekend and see the biggest Monster Jam event of the entire year. It's big-time family fun, brought to you by the Utah Sports Commission. Get your tickets now. On behalf of my entire team, on behalf of my co-host, Carlos Sparks, my name is Keaton Stewart, and we'll see you at the next Monster Jam.